Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here with a speed build called the Banana Bachelor Pad, I think. And the reason why I've called it that is because it has a yellow exterior, which we will get to eventually. But anyway, it's a bachelor pad. I had a few of you Simlies say that there has been too much girly stuff on the channel, so I decided I needed to do something for my homeboys, for my bros, and that's why I'm doing a build for a bachelor pad. A little bit more masculine, and yes, I did go through the Barbie build and Kaz, and then I did a Bratz Kaz because I was kind of enjoying it a lot, and we do have the Sex and the City LP, so it is time for a little bit of catering for some of the males who aren't into that. So that's what we're doing today. Anyways, this video I think is going to be a bit of a dizzy one because I do take a while to get the outer shape of this right. And we're just going round and round in circles. But basically I wanted the exterior to look, I don't know, really sleek. Lots of nice straight lines and very contemporary looking to kind of go in this world of Oasis Springs with the other sharp lines in the other houses there. And originally I was kind of going with this idea of having a cantilevered roof going over the house with gaps in it, which I thought it was kind of cool, but in the end we do close them over. I'm using a couple of items to figure out where certain furniture is going to fit, something that I do quite often. And I do like putting some of these like lines of walls, I suppose, or decorative walls around the places in my builds. I don't know, I like them a lot. I would imagine that if I could build a house right now with unlimited money, that it would probably feature these in real life because I don't know, I just like them. Bit of pattern or detail on the edge of buildings is always really nice. But anyways, it's kind of taking a bit more of its form here. And one of the things I really wanted to do in this build is actually use some of the really oversized carpets in The Sims 4 because they're really oversized and I haven't actually had space to use them yet. So I did make sure that there would be room for one of them. One funny thing about this build is that I build it on the road in the direction I thought I wanted it to be. But in the end, we actually pick up the whole thing and rotate it 180 degrees so it faces away from the road and actually make the back of the house then the front of the house, which is something that's really handy to be able to do in The Sims 4. Like, you could not do that in The Sims 3. You'd have to just bulldoze it all and start building all over again, which was kind of a hassle and I guess a bit limiting. So that was good. I was like, I feel like it looks better from this side and would work better if it was reversed. So I did. That's what I did. Anyways, some of the colors in this house, the reason why I chose banana, I'm trying to think of why I chose banana. I think it's because I actually ate a banana right before I built it. So I was kind of thinking about yellow a little bit. Banana yellow. But I haven't really done a banana yellow house for so long. And I don't know, I don't mind it as a statement color for really modern, simple houses, although I doubt many people would want to have it. But in The Sims, it's a bit of fun. Does anyone watching this have banana yellow in their house? I would love to know, because I reckon there may be someone. This house does look really nice in a lighter wood tone, which we've just applied now. But the reason why I didn't go with the lighter wood tone is because I couldn't find floorboards to go on the roof of the house to kind of make that section look like it was all connected as a box. That's why I changed it to dark, because there were floor tiles to match the wall paint. And so we go with the darker theme. But, you could use lighter wood and then use, I don't know, grey tiles on top of the roof or something like that. That would probably look alright. But we go with darker in this anyways. Also, it is on the gallery if you do want to download it at the end of this. And a lot of you guys have been tweeting me and commenting that you can't find my builds on the gallery, or you're saying, when is it going to go up on the gallery? And the builds are always up there. And I know they're up there because people have downloaded them and commented on them. So I think a lot of you guys are confused on how to use the gallery and the filtering options available. The filtering is really confusing. I kind of had to teach myself. But basically, you need to make sure that, number one, you can see content from all time, not just in the last 7 days or just stuff that you've actually favorited or stuff that's only from people that you follow. The other thing is, if you do not have the digital deluxe edition, which came with a few extra items, if there's a build with those items in it, you actually have to open up some filtering options and uncheck a box in order to see houses using those items. Otherwise, it just won't come up for you, which is a bit annoying. I don't think it's really necessary that they did that, but whatever, that's how it is. So make sure you untick that box if you don't have Digital Deluxe, and you should be able to see everything then. But in any case, I do have a video on how to find me on the gallery. I think the Sim Supply also did a video about how to use the gallery too, if you want to check out his channel, because it might help you out a little bit. But anyway, we're putting in a lot of windows right now, trying to figure out where the staircase should go, actually. And I realized that I just wasn't happy with the exterior of the house right now. It's just looking like a hot mess. So we kind of are about to delete that whole glassy part, and then we're going to move the staircases. And I quite liked the idea of having these kind of legs coming off the house on the right there. That's the darker color. They kind of, in the end, we put 2 of them and they extend over the house. And I just thought it was kind of nice, kind of cool, something a little bit different. And I do love the cantilever part here. It's almost a bit spacish in a ways. And oh my gosh, I saw the movie Interstellar, I think it's called Interstellar, the other night, and it was so intense. Oh my goodness, the movie goes for 3 hours and you sit there and I swear you don't blink for like at least an hour of it because it's that intense. It's pretty good, but full on. Matthew McConaughey's really good in it, and so is Anne Hathaway, of course. Actually, all the actors are. But anyway, that is totally off topic. Those legs on the house, or that kind of spacey look, reminded me of it. But we've pretty much got the whole exterior now. We're putting in a lap pool as well because the Bachelor pad does need a lap pool. And these, I don't know what you guys will think of these, but I'm always a little bit left field. I like to do things a little bit differently, which a lot of you guys know. So I put in these big glass panels next to the pool because I thought it was kind of cool I don't know how you say that, but sculpture things in the backyard. Oh my goodness, that was a struggle and a half to get that out. Anyways, but my favorite part of the house, or one of my favorite parts, is probably actually in the pool area. We put a nice bar in towards the end of the video, and I really like it. I do use a buy-to-bug cheat in this, which allows you to view some items which you can only usually unlock during gameplay. And we actually use some stools from there, and they're wooden stools, which kind of look handmade. So that was a bit of a fun time. Figuring out the color of the house. This blue was really lovely. I'll probably use this blue again, but I think because I used darker wood, I wanted something to really contrast with it very strongly. And I felt the blue was a little bit soft. I'd probably prefer to pair this with some lighter wood. And yeah, I don't know. I was pleased to find out some floor tiles that kind of go with that wallpaper in a way. Like, they do go together. They're kind of similar colors. But in the end, I just decided I wanted to go with the yellow. I really do miss in The Sims 4 the ability to just eyedrop, a color of a wall and then apply it to a floor tile, because when you're building stuff like this, it would just be really easy to be able to have matching floor tiles to the walls. But anyway, figuring out the colors, here is us trying out the yellow. We've also applied a lovely stone pattern to the front of the house, which I think looks a lot better than having the color there. It looks a bit more realistic. And yeah, just figuring out some rooms in order to probably be able to cover those areas without the game kind of getting confused, because it does use, I guess, a new function of rooms to separate certain things that you're working on, if that makes sense to you guys. But anyways, it's definitely taking part now. And I love down the right side of the house how there's all those sticky outy walls in that kind of pattern that I was talking about earlier. I do put floor lights between each of them, and at night time it gives this really lovely lighting effect in the game. And I don't know, that actually, those lights came with the pool update, the floor lights. So they're really handy to put around your modern houses, I think, away from the pool, not only in the pool. But there is our banana yellow for the banana bachelor. A banana bachelor, I suppose, is the type of guy who is bright yet sophisticated in this house, and there would definitely be bananas in the fruit bowl. I love these floor tiles, by the way. I love how they're really nice and big and generous, and just putting some walling on or paneling on those glass features outside, I guess. Putting tiles in the pool as well, always a good thing. But we're about to bulldoze the fountain area on the right there, because we are going to put a bar there later on. So we'll do that in a little while, putting some hedges around, and this is where we do some fun landscaping. Putting some palm trees in. It's got a bit of a tropical feel about it. And we also get some cactus plants in there because you guys know, or some of you guys know, that I love cactus plants. I buy cactus plants and put eyes on them by cutting out eyes from paper and sticking on with blue tack. And I make them my pets because I was a kid who did not have a pet dog or cat ever. So now I try and make pets out of objects or plants. Although I did have guinea pigs. Guinea pigs. They were great. They were a hoot for time. Yeah. Oh, we do decorate this fountain area a bit more, but it is going to be taken down in a second. So sorry if you guys like that. But I think the bar's a lot better. And you know what? A bachelor pad needs a bar. It just does. So we do put that in there. Putting some rocks around. I love scaling the rocks up and down with the left and right bracket keys. I think they look quite nice when you size them up. And putting lots of hedges around the house. I feel like this house has quite a 70s feel about it as well. I think it's not a 70s house. It's more contemporary than that. But it does have that feeling, I think, with the vertical paneling and that brick texture. Kind of reminds me of the Brady Bunch just a little bit. Terrain painting because you need to paint the ground to make it look a little bit more realistic. I think that's super duper important in order to make your build look that little bit more realistic. And then we're about to get to the interior, which is the fun stuff. Oh yeah, we put some windows on the front of the house here because that's actually the bedroom, which is a mezzanine bedroom. And I just felt like there wasn't enough light in there. I know it could be a man cave, but I don't know, sometimes a cave is a little bit nicer with some more natural light. I'm actually the type of person to struggle a little bit if where I'm living it doesn't have some nice big windows with lots of lights, like natural light coming in. I know a lot of people, especially depending on where you live, especially if you live in cooler climates, you might prefer homes that are cozy with smaller, more cottagey windows. But me personally, I really need a lot of glass. I guess that's just how I've grown up in the houses I've lived in. It's always interesting to hear what kind of environments different people find comfortable. The paneling we just painted over downstairs actually looked a little bit like corrugated iron, I thought initially, but in the end I was like, no, it looks more like wood. Was going to put an archway in there, but there wasn't one that reached right to the top of the wall. So I was like, you know what, we'll just have a wall that extends and stops to create just a full floor to roof archway. And this is going to be the kitchen area. And this is the bathroom, just a little bathroom. We do have a bathroom upstairs as well, though, even though we're getting rid of it right now. We do put one. Oh, no, we were going to have a bathroom upstairs, but we do get rid of it and make it into a study area because I figured if there's just one sim guy living here, you can just use the one bathroom. Picking between these carpets, we don't go with either of those, actually, or either of those colors. This one's just overkill of yellow, way too much yellow. And oh my goodness, I just realized I did do a yellowy build recently, and that's the Yellow Flamingo nightclub Let's Build we did. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Oh well, this is residential, so it's quite different. And it's more the exterior using a lot of yellow. I also enjoyed the wallpaper, the yellow that is in the house. I really enjoyed stopping it halfway across the wall in the lounge room and just it being in the corner of the room. Again, some of you guys might find that just weird, but I don't know. I love quirky little things like that when, I don't know, when the interiors can be slightly different and it just makes you look twice. I like it a lot. And I really loved also these glass cabinets. So we pop those in there and have a range hood in the middle. Few mugs around the place. And speaking of mugs, I have so many mugs around my desk right now. I have 3 mugs still with tea bags in them and a glass. So I'm definitely going to clean my room tomorrow because that is woeful. Absolutely woeful. And yeah, we were going to put some pots and pans in there hanging, but then I wanted that ceiling light, so we kind of decided to not worry about that too much. Putting in the dining table, I don't know, but I think this looks like wood on wood way too much, so I put in a glass table instead. It makes it a little bit easier on the eyes, I think, and we get some fun circular rugs and layer them up a little bit. Go with it brown and soft blue because there's already a lot of overpowering colors around the place. So those are just neutrals and they just kind of blend into the room really nicely. Complements the yellow, of course, having the blue and some nice neutral chairs. Nothing too crazy. Sometimes it's better to have less. Less is more. And I think soon we're going to actually unlock some By the Bug stuff. Yes, so popping in the cheats here. I think it's BB full stop show hidden objects. Make sure you have cheats enabled beforehand, I believe. But all of these paintings I'm just pulling out. That's not actually where they're going to go, but I just pulled out all the ones I liked that are from the all decor area. They're fun because you can only achieve them through that cheat. And hopefully that cheat later on will be able to unlock the items that you gain through succeeding in your Sims career. Hopefully those will unlock too. You may have noticed just before I did size up the TV, that's using the bracket keys again. And I mean, a bachelor pad's going to have a big TV. If we're talking stereotypes right here, we want to have a big TV to watch the sports on. But I mean, I would love a big TV as well, and I don't really watch sports, to be honest. The only thing I watch that's sporty is the Olympics when that's on, and I love the gymnastics and I love the diving. Those are like my 2 things, and I also really like the swimming, but gymnastics and diving, so cool. Going through color schemes here, go through a lot of colors, and it takes me so long to choose the color of this rug because a lot of options were really nice, but in the end we go with this really harsh black and white. I don't know, I thought that was kind of cool. And then we've got the twigs in that industrial looking pot, which is kind of cool. And I like the idea of having like a matte toy car and aeroplane, although I think we delete the aeroplane. There's a little statue there, a dude holding an umbrella, which I thought was quite cute to put outside. Just a little statue. But yeah, that's pretty much a lounge room. And I love that yellow corner. It's just, that's just a very me thing. And then, what are we figuring out here? Oh, me getting carried away with sectional walls. And I'm glad I did delete that because that looked not very good. Here's the downstairs bathroom. We're about to change the color scheme of it because I feel like I always make bathrooms very dark and the same. And a lot of you guys are like, why do you never make white bathrooms? So we go really bright for the bathroom. We go bright blue with white. And I think it's a nice contrast to the rest of the house, which is quite dark and earthy in a way. And I love blue and white together. I think it looks very, in a way, cartoony, especially with the yellow. Almost like, I don't know, a comic book bathroom in a way, even though it's totally not that. But it kind of, that's the feel that it's the feel that I feel. Yeah, I'm just going to stop right there. Did get a laundry basket in. Usually I don't have room for that, so that was exciting. And we're going to put in some blinds for privacy because you never know what the Bachelor's going to get up to. So we have plenty of privacy in here. And figuring out what to put on this wall, I think it takes me a little while. Oh, I wish I'd used some of the fish tanks actually. Oh well, that can be placed in the game later on. Can be. In terms of adding rooms to this house, I really think that you could. There's a lot of room to renovate, especially down the sides of the house. You could probably pick up the house and move it and add some rooms on the left or right side. And upstairs, you could probably have 2 rooms. So if you wanted more than a bachelor living here, I think that would be achievable, especially if he got a lady and then they needed like a nursery for the baby. Could definitely do that. And yeah, pretty much doing the upstairs bedroom. We also have a TV upstairs, so you can watch stuff in bed, which is good. And I love that that the TV cabinet or TV stand actually matches the yellow wall behind it. Got a little bit of a kick out of that. There's a full-length mirror there to get dressed in the morning. And this is a little study nook. Study nook is good to have. I love the bright green computer keyboard. That light bothers me because there's always that dark square around it. I'm pretty sure when you go into live mode, you can get rid of it. And we're going with the banana yellow theme again there. There's not any yellow on that side of the room, so I thought, why not? Why not to get into that? Loving these shelves. I feel like those shelves really suit what we used in the kitchen, the cabinets. There, they work pretty well. And then I think we're about to put in an outdoor seating area, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we're just shuffling around paintings. Oh, that's right. I've always wanted to use this artwork. It's got like a shovel and tools and stuff like that in it. Haven't used it yet in The Sims 4, and I was going to put it indoors, but I keep going back to it, and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it there. So in the end, it does find a perfect home. I won't spoil that yet. But for the moment, it's going to sit awkwardly inside. We do get rid of it soon though. And when I actually took the screenshots for this build, I moved the goths in here just to get into live mode. And it was nighttime, so I fast forwarded to daytime. And anyway, while it was fast forwarding, I wasn't looking. One of the goths, they set the barbecue on fire and then they died, and then there was a Grim Reaper. It was really upsetting. I was like, oh no. Oh dear. But in the end, it's fine. There's the bar area, and I love those stools that have been accessed with that cheat, the by debug cheat. It's not custom content. I don't use custom content in my gaming. And there's the painting in the outdoor area, which I thought was perfect. I think it looks really nice, and that's why it's my favorite area. Putting in those lights there, I think it goes well with those more decorative wall pieces. And, oh, I don't know what to put at the front here. So we're going to mess around for a little while, figuring out what to put there. And in the end, I left it blank. Why did I leave it blank? I don't know. I felt like maybe it doesn't need something there. But anyway, if you do want to download it, you can put something there. I think it's because I feel like there should be a car in the carport. Maybe I'll upsize just a toy car to make it look like there's a car there. But I guess maybe that's what it would be. Anyway, guys, we're about to go into the screenshots now. Here's the exterior. It's quite a modest view of the house, but you get that it's got a modern feel about it. How is that modest, modern feel? And the letterbox is really cool. The oversized TV. There's more Tima Goth getting into the fridge there in the kitchen. Nice dining area. I do love those paintings. Bathroom, lovely and electric blue. Plenty of light, bright colours in there, and the upstairs mezzanine master bedroom with the matching TV cabinet to the wall. Very nice. And here's the outdoor area with the bar, which is kind of cool. I love that spot. But anyway, guys, let me know what build you want to see next. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world, and I will speak to you soon.